I love you too, Jordy. It's been a month since I've been off Instagram. I'm just realizing that today. In this moment. At this time. How is everybody doing? I am fine. There you go. All right. I got hella bundles that I gotta put together. So here we are. Get you. These are on sale right now at Amandland Exports. The Save Yourself pin and the Save Yourself patch. Yo, I haven't had carrots in mad long. And they just taste so good. Like, oh my God. How y'all doing tonight? You know, it's amazing what going outside and like moving around can do. Because this morning when I was doing views from inland, I was just like, I'm tired of y'all. Not like y'all, but like humans, like earthlings. Like I'm just tired of it. And I went outside and I threw the toys around and played with Jordy. And it's pretty warm here in New York today. And let me tell you, I felt so much better. And I have felt better since. So, you know when they say go touch grass, that really works. Go touch grass. It really works. Like, it's not just a figure of speech. And, you know, we're in what we call fall spring right now. Where it like fakes you out. You like, oh my God, it's warm again. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's warm today. The other day, it got to 60 degrees during the day. And then by nightfall, it said 20 degrees feels like 9. What? Huh? 20 degrees feels like 9. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. I don't know what kind of dimension we're in. But I'm over it. How about that? Did anyone watch Jubilee, the Surrounded episode with Sam Cedar from the Majority Report? Listen, if I did an episode of Surrounded, what would it be? His was one progressive surrounded by 25 MAGAs. What would mine be? One seal surrounded by 25 humans? What would mine be? I don't know. I mean, it seems like they all kind of be like with a MAGA, right? It's like a MAGA. But all it really is displaying is that these MAGA people don't even know what they're talking about. And even the one who was like all about taxes, it's like, we could sit here. Thank you, Sabalaba. I love that name. We could sit here and talk about taxes all day. But at the end of the day, this ain't about taxes. This is about them hating people. This is about them hating the poor and not really trying to do anything to figure out how to help people not be poor. There's no way that you can tell me that that's what you see in the efforts that are being put forth right now, that they're trying to help people and help the economy. Like that's just nonsense. It's nonsense. And it's really like putting a level of trust in government that makes no sense for people that claim to be against government. Like, how is someone president twice and you're like, they're not the government? Explain it to me. And I guess because he's putting a bunch of people in positions who have zero experience in literally anything, they're feeling like, okay, finally we have some people in government that are not, lifelong politicians. And like on the surface, I can see why that would be like, attractive. But I just say shout out to Sam Cedar, because that man had to sit there and listen to someone tell him that it's not true. Government agencies do pay taxes. Who are they paying taxes to? Who are they paying taxes to? Themselves? Then I had to sit there and watch a black man go on and on about how just ridiculous it was that Hollywood was saying, we don't want white people for this role. I'm just like, here's the thing. Some roles are not gender specific. Some roles are not race specific. They're not culturally specific. But we need more roles that are, if we're going to really represent people. Because this whole idea of like the generic American experience is not true. All that means is white people. When we talk about like the generic American experience, that's literally just what white people experience in America. That's what that is. And that becomes the standard American experience. There was a chick on the other joint with Sam where I would have been like, I would have been like, y'all can't have her in here with me. Because she literally is an all-out racist. And I'm just not. What are we doing? So if y'all haven't seen it, check it out. It'll make you livid, but also proud of Sam. And if you're just joining, I have a new drop in my store, in my store, Amandaland Exports. Go to amandalandexports.com and check out the Save Yourself line. I designed this originally during the pandemic, and it was about not abandoning ourselves and understanding that there is no hero coming to save you. So you need to arm yourself with courage, with curiosity, with passion, with radical creativity, with community, and get really intimate with how all of these things become resources and weapons for your protection. And so this image right here, this Save Yourself image, that's what that's about. That's what it's about. You know, we keep talking about history. It's been going on so long. Like, this isn't the first time that this type of crap has happened. You know, people like Napoleon come along and Mussolini, and, you know, it's always a white man that come along and do this BS. When are we going to figure out how to cut them off at the knees? When are we going to figure out? Man. How do you stay motivated to keep fighting the system? Man, I was just telling them, like, earlier today, I was like, man, F this. And then I went outside and I played with my dog and ran around a little bit. Tell you the truth, it's not fighting the system that I have trouble keeping motivated about. It's not. It's fighting the people who don't know what to fight. That's really where I get frustrated. Like, that's where I have to continue to keep my, thank you, Althea, to keep my energy up. Because the people will fight you for fighting for them. I am WB. I see you. And I fucks with you. Thank you. The people will fight you for fighting for them. It really is honestly just unnecessarily ignorant. It really frustrates me to no end because I don't understand why it is necessary. You know, but by the way, I had somebody in my chat, in my comments today say, you know, the reasons the Democrats were there with paddles is because they have families. You know, when I think of Ida B. and I forgot who the other person she named was, she was like, they didn't have families. They were by themselves. I said, and she's like, you know, everyone is scared. Nobody knows what to do. And I was so deeply irritated by that. I was so deeply irritated. Ma'am, what the hell are you talking about? What the hell are you talking about? Talking about they have families. So Malcolm X didn't have a family. Martin Luther King Jr. didn't have a family. Kathleen Cleaver and Eldridge Cleaver had a kid in the middle of the Panthers. So Erica Hutchins didn't have a family. Huh? Bobby Seale didn't have a family. Huh? Assata Shakur. Like, I'm just trying to understand. Muhammad Ali didn't have a family. Nelson Mandela didn't have a family. Patrice Lumumba didn't have a family. Fred Hampton didn't have a family. And these are just names I'm pulling off the top of my head. There's so many more names. Medgar Evers didn't have a family. You know, and I'm going to talk about this on Views from Amandaland tomorrow. But when I was watching Soundtrack to a Coup d'etat, one of the things that really struck me was how necessary it was for leaders like Patrice Lumumba and Kwame Nkrumah and Nelson Mandela, Winnie Mandela, how imperative it was that they push things beyond the pale, that they push things beyond the status quo, and that it's not a matter of just being present. It's that we need to push, we need to have impact. And we don't have any of that. We genuinely don't. We don't have any folks in the federal government who are in there really pushing. They are all operating in a reformed manner, you know, that's basically like, I don't want to do too much because I don't want to get kicked out, which is why I love me some Justin Jones. Shout out to Justin Jones down there in Nashville, because he's like, yeah, y'all will eventually push me out, but I'm going to make sure that I push while I'm here. I'm going to make sure I keep y'all uncomfortable. I'm going to make sure that the people hear me. I'm going to make sure that I demonstrate what this position is supposed to be, which is to be representative of said people. And when you look at someone like Patrice Lumumba, and you look at these men and women who, and non-binary people, because we think about the movement for the LGBTQIA plus community, who said, listen, we got to demonstrate the imagination. We got to demonstrate the vision. We can't simply just be in possession of it. We got to demonstrate it. And the only way for us to demonstrate it is full on. There's no half butting this. Amanda, do you think slavery would have existed or happened if our own African ancestors didn't sell our own people to the Europeans? Slavery existed everywhere. I think chattel slavery in the way that it took place maybe wouldn't have happened. But at the end of the day, they weren't thinking about slavery in the beginning, at least, in the way that it started to exist. Hey, Dreamcatcher. Don't come with that. You put a question in the chat. Someone answered you. They didn't answer you rudely. They didn't answer you disrespectfully. Don't. That's not the vibe here. The vibe here is never that. Okay? Now, as I was saying, you know, slavery existed in other forms. And I think the biggest misconception is that, like, the African folks on the continent were looking at each other as each other, when ultimately, like, they had their own squabbles and their own beefs, you know? So they weren't really looking at folks like they were, you know, squad. And slavery lasted 400 years. And it took a while. And I wonder, and I don't know this, and I have to actually do some research to understand this, but I wonder, like, if news got back. You know what I'm saying? I wonder if news got back to the folks in West Africa of like what was going on the slave ships. Because, like, how would it? Unless, yeah, I don't know. Not the afternoon. Not the afternoon hootenanny. Come on in. Can you speak to how to deal with darker skinned people invalidating my blackness when all I be trying to do is fight for us all? You just gotta bless their heart and keep it moving. Because they internalizing white supremacy, and that's what white supremacy does. It finds its way into the nooks and crevices to turn folks against each other. And I hate that happens so often, where you're what's the word I'm looking for? People have a dang, why can't I think of the word? People have a preconceived. Oh my God, Del Frazier, thank you. Woo, child. Sometimes my brain. People have a preconceived notion about what you're about based on things that you have no control over. And I will apply that to everybody, right? Like, I don't think every white person is full of it. I let them show me. It don't take long for me to see, but I let them show me. In the same way that I don't think every black person is kinfolk. Okay. I don't. So I really be like, when I've experienced that, I've had to just be like, all right, well, bless your heart if that's what you want. I'm not here to try to do any more convincing. And if their thought process is, well, you need to convince me that you're not a shady light-skinned person, okay. But for some people, there's no stopping that. It's just what it is. Like, your existence supersedes your experience for some people. And so, you just let them have that and keep it cracking. And but again, like, these types of things I feel like are actually going to become somewhat obsolete, because it's really the values thing that's going to start really tearing us up. I think when you say that slaves sold their own, that is racist. Well, Tisha, I think that you don't know history. When Ukraine and Russia get into it, no one says they're fighting their own. Africans sold prisoners of different tribes and countries. That's literally what I said. Trish be in here trying to correct and don't never be right. Oh, well then say that. Say what you mean, y'all. You on my chat saying, I think that when you say what you in my chat, you talking to me. Y'all, we got to learn we got to be better about how we communicate. We've gotten very, very lazy on how we communicate because of this Instagrams and, you know what I'm saying? Because of the social media and texting. And so often I feel like we end up in squabbles. Thank you, Carmen. So often we end up in squabbles because there just isn't clarity, and we're not really challenging ourselves or each other to say what you mean. And in a world where we're doing so much communicating through avenues that do not allow us to have like facial recognition or tonal recognition, man, it makes it so that we have to be so much sharper. Yeah, okay, no, you're right. I feel like when people do say that, they usually are saying it in a way that is trying to undermine the reality that we were different people and we were approached. There's a really good book by Yad Gyasi called Homecoming that you should check out. I was reading the book. I started reading it while I was on a flight to Ghana, had no idea what it was about, and it ended up being about Ghana. Listen, I'm tapped in. I'm tapped in, y'all. I'm working tonight. I gotta work. I gotta write the show tomorrow. Gotta write tomorrow's show. I was supposed to have a guest on Tuesdays, but I couldn't find a guest for tomorrow, so it's fine. We'll still have a good time. And you should start doing a book club. Y'all love saying that. Like I have time to do that. I don't got time to do a book club, y'all. Book clubs are time consuming. And if I did, I would do it on Patreon. That's why we actually do Passage Posse on Patreon, which I need to set up our next Passage Posse. It's going to be once a quarter, so we need to do one in April. But Passage Posse is where we read a passage from a book. Do you think white people are confused about racism? Do I think an entire people are confused about racism? No, I think some white people are very clear on what racism is. I think some white people are very clear on what racism is in good and bad ways. Like some white people are very clear about what racism is and how to keep it going. And some are very clear on what racism is and are dedicated to seeing it come to an end. So no, I do not think white people as a race are confused about what racism is. I think a lot of white people I do think a lot of white people are willfully ignorant about what racism is, because then that would require them, once they know what it is and actually understand it, it would require them, if they want to actually admit, if they want to consider themselves like the good people that they like to tell themselves, it would require effort from them. It would require effort from them. And it's like, ugh, effort? Who wants to do that? If you're just joining us, my latest drop on Amandaland Exports is right here. It's a Save Yourself pin, and you can get the patch in our bonus bundle. Support a small business and independent artist. How bad do I think it's going to get before there's real change? It's going to become unrecognizable. It's going to touch every part of us. Would you rather be stuck in space for 9 months? No. Ain't no sun in space. Ain't no grass in space. The final draft of the book? Baby, I'm not there, Reese. The final draft? I ain't even finished the first draft of the book. I got these 2 chapters that have just been kicking my butt. These 2 chapters been kicking my butt. These last 2 chapters. So I'm just trying to get my way through that. Weave my way through that. I mean, it's really just 1 chapter that's left. But because I decided to rework an entire other chapter, like I have to really get that going. I started checking out the interview on Jubilee with Mr. Cedar. Only 20 minutes. And the blatant ignorance is insufferable. It really is tough. I had to pause and walk away and come back and pause and walk away and come back because it was like, wow, like these people really, and they're like, you gonna hear me. You gonna hear me. Benny B had a question. Let's see. Do you miss acting? No. I think sometimes you guys think of acting only in the context of like being on television and stuff. And that I don't miss because I don't like the process of doing TV. I feel like if I was with like squad, you know, it'd be different because you're just shooting all day. It's just really like arduous. But I also just don't like the repetition. Like you're just doing the same lines over and 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 over again. And it's like, it's not fun in that way. So I don't miss that. But I still get to act when I do my one-woman show, What Would the Ancestors Say? I do characters on Views from Amandaland. If you're not watching Views from Amandaland, please do join us Monday through Wednesday, 10 a.m. to 10 a.m. to around noon. It's about a 2-hour show. Yeah, angles. Or as we call it, coverage. So, you know, you usually will start with a wide, so that gets everything. And then you get a mid, so that gets, you know, that gets us closer in. And then you may get a 2-shot. So if you got 4 people in a scene, you might get 2 here and 2 there. So you'll have to set up so that you can cross that. But then, you know, sometimes because of the way things are set up, you really can't get as many cameras in as you want. So you got to flip. So you're getting like this person's perspective, and then you're going to flip and come back this way. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see what I'm saying? Whew. I can see you creating, writing, or directing a theater show that has a cast. Me too. Me too. I see theater in my future. I see a play in my future. I see a play in my future. Once I finish, I just have so much to write. I need y'all to understand. I have so much to write. But I have a play that's been just like sitting in my mind. It's the type of shit. I really feel like I could write that play in like a weekend. Because it's just, it's here. It's here. And it's just 2 main performers. Oh my gosh, I can see it so clearly. I can see it so clearly. Man. I see it. A lot of times it's just I don't be having the time to do all the things that I want to do. But in my retirement, I'm going to write books under a pseudonym. Y'all not even going to know it's me. I'm going to write some books. Some Terry McMillan style books. Y'all not even going to know it's me. Y'all not even going to know. And you're going to be like, and then when you find out, you're going to be like, oh my gosh. Yep. So, looking forward to that. Looking forward to that. Writing some black romance that ain't got nothing to do with white people. Ain't got nothing to do with racism. I got about 5 of those just right here, sitting, waiting. Not erotica jacks. Oh my God. Not erotica jacks. Y'all are on here talking about I would love to audition for a play that I have not written. Like, for a play that I have not written. I appreciate the tenacity, but we putting the cart before the horse. We definitely putting the cart before the horse. Sign us up. Okay, you manifesting, but can you not type in all caps? Because it feels like you're manifesting. And that's a lot for me. That's a lot. I don't like feeling yelled at. Y'all, why was I in car service the other night? Because I had done an event and they got me a car service home. And we're on the West Side Highway. And this man is driving like 30 miles an hour, 35 miles an hour. I'm like, why are you driving so slow? And he was like, because I don't have my glasses. I'm sorry, what? I don't have my glasses. I said, what you mean you don't have your glasses? I don't have my glasses. Saying it's fine that I'm driving this kind of speed. And I'm like, no, it's not. You're literally driving 36 on the West Side Highway. And why do you not have glasses? Let me out. Let me out. So he passed his 72nd. And I said, let me out. The next exit is 86. I'm like, sir, pull off the highway and let me out. Why don't you have your glasses? And he's like, no yelling, no yelling. I said, I'm not yelling. I'm speaking to you in a stern tone because I want to know why you don't have your glasses. And you're telling me that it's because you're driving, why you're driving slow. You're telling me it's because you don't have your glasses. I don't need my glasses. You just said, I said, he's like, nah, I said because of the lights. Because I said, if you need glasses to drive, then you should not be driving. Period. Let me out. It's nothing wrong. I'm driving the right speed. No, it's not. This ain't the right speed. This is fine for me. This ain't fine for me. This ain't the right speed for me. Let me out. Let me out. That man let me out on the corner of 125th and Broadway. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let me out. Let me out in the corner, 2/5 and Broadway. I'm not dying tonight. No, sir. I will get my money back because then I had to hire an Uber. So I had to stand there on 2/5 and Broadway at 10 o'clock at night with Jordy. Waiting. Waiting for the Uber to come. Ciao. Waiting for the Uber to come. I said, this can't be life. Hey, Meg. Hi, Jordy. I love you. I was so heated, y'all. I was hot. It's just lucky that I'm street smart. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like somebody else might have been shook once. But it's Harlem. It's Harlem, so I know the scope of things. But That's what I'm saying. Low amazing, like we on the West Side Highway and you going 36 miles an hour. Make it make sense for me. Make it make sense for me. That's not gonna do it. So this is the second batch of bundles of bonnet bundles that I'm preparing to mail. So y'all will be getting your bonnet bundles shortly. Okay. And thank you to everybody who's been supporting Amanda Land Exports. I got to start getting the word out. I got to figure out some marketing and expand our little crew. Yeah, I gotta figure out how to get, I actually know what I need to do to get more folks to watch Views from Amanda Land. I just don't have the time right now. So I'm in a transition phase where, and I've been in this transition before when I became a comic, where like, you know what you can do. Someone, okay, wait, hold on. This person says street smart, how and why? How am I street smart? Because one, I've dated hood niggas. Like actual danger. And two, I lived in the hood. I lived in Harlem from 2003 to 2015. Also, I'm just not a dummy. I mean, street smarts is pretty much just not being a dummy. You know, like you don't flash your joints. You don't walk down streets that is too dark. When you live in New York long enough, you get street smart because it just makes sense to be. When I come out the train station, when I lived on the Hill in Harlem, I'm going to get out the train station and then I'm going to look to see, are they playing dice on either side of the street? Now, here's a question for you all. Which side of the street do I want to walk down? The side of the street where they playing dice or the side of the street where they're not playing dice? I'll wait. Scoo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, scoo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Scoo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, scoo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Scoo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, scoo-doo-doo-doo, scoo-doo-doo-doo, scoo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Yes, that is correct. That is correct. You want to walk down the side of the street where they're playing dice. Does anybody know why? Does anybody know why you want to walk down the side of the street where they're playing dice? Let's see. You walk down the side of the street where they're playing dice because they're not paying you no mind. They're not paying you no attention. That's right, Applehead. That's right, Laisha. That's right. Because they are not paying attention to you. They got their mind on the money and the dice. So you can walk by and they're not paying you no mind. Yes. These are the lessons you learn in the hood. Nah, they're not even if they're not really gonna catcall you because they're busy. Because if they lift their eye up, somebody could snatch that bread. Nope. Or somebody could flip the dice. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. So these are the types of lessons that you learn. Okay, street smart type lessons. I used to work at the Sugar Shack on 139th and 8th, okay, in Harlem. I used to work there between my freshman and sophomore. No, between my sophomore and junior year at SUNY Purchase. And I used to live in the Terrace on 139th and Lenox. So I used to walk to work and home from work. It may not seem like it's far, but Lenox and 8th, that's some blocks. And 132nd and 139th. Now, what I will tell you is this. 139th and 139th and 7th is very different than 132nd and Lenox. And you need to know how not to walk down that block. The other thing is, a lot of blocks in New York, it'll be like one block is safe, one block is not. And so you got to figure out which block is safe, which block is not. And the way you figure that out is, which block got old people sitting outside? Which block got a lot of kids outside? The blocks that don't got a lot of people outside, don't walk down that block. Don't walk down that block. Oh, I was absolutely doing hip hop at that time. So, these are the types of things that you pick up. And so I used to be walking home at 1 a.m. in Harlem. And actually, that was the only time that my mom ever told me to quit a job. She was like, no, that's no. You can't do this anymore. This is not safe at all. Because she did the walk with me one time, and she was shook ones the whole time. Mind you, I'm just walking through Harlem. I mean, they also say that autistic people have a bit of a fearlessness that ain't necessarily like the smartest, but whatever. I'm not fearless in a dumb way. I'm fearless in the sense that I'm paying attention, and I'm gonna run. I also have mace. So now y'all talking about Detroit? I don't know the rules in Detroit. The answer is A, you should walk home with a gentleman when you get off the train. What does that even mean? First of all, you're acting like there's gentlemen just around. Another good trick. There's typically always somebody in the hood. There's typically always one common sense brother on the corner. Find him. Okay? Find him. Get cool with him. And he gonna make sure you straight. How? Because during the day, when they be standing outside, because cats be on the corner because they hustling. So, there's cats that talk to you crazy. But there's cats that say something that, they may talk to you, but they're going to talk to you respectfully. All right, miss. Have a good day, miss. Have a good day, love. That one, eventually find out who that person's name is. Like, what's your story? Ah, man, man, I'm just out here doing my thing. You feel me? Oh, word. Well, I be walking this street going home. Can you please let these cats know that not to come at me sideways? Oh, yo, I got you, mama. I got you. Listen, there was a cat on my block. He got locked up. He went away for like 2 years, but boy, he was fine as hell. But he held me down for years. Years. And then up at the top of the hill, there was a big dude. And he used to look out. But a lot of us, we be afraid to talk to people. And, you know, sometimes it's like, that's the problem. You got to talk to people. That's how you get community. You got to talk to people. It doesn't mean you got to have no big, deep conversations per se. But, you know, like when I was on MTV, I was living in the hood. Hello, Amazing said, free him. Oh, thank you for ordering your pin, GM. I haven't seen no orders for no pins while we've been on this live. I'm just saying. So, when I was living in Harlem when I was on MTV, and you know, they would be like, "What's up, MTV? What's up, MTV?" And I remember one day this cat was talking to me crazy, and I just stopped and was like, "Yo, why you be talking to me crazy?" Of course, this is during the day. But I was like, why you be talking to me crazy? Like, what's that about? Yo, I'm just saying. I said, because honestly, bro, like, I don't got no beef with you. I don't have any issues with you. And I live around here, and I just feel like we should be cool. Like, it shouldn't even be all of that. Now, he was still acting up because now he's in his feelings. But his boys was like, I mean, she does have a valid point. Like, and then maybe about a month later, he was like, yo, I could play you some of my music. Yeah. And he was actually a good MC. He was actually a good MC. He was a young bull. He had to be like 16 or something. You know what I'm saying? But I just, you know, another thing you do is you do get your homies to walk with you. You do get your homies to walk with you so that the cats around there also know that, like, you got boys. Okay? Even if your boys is punks, they don't know that. They don't know that. They don't know that. But, you know, a lot of times we just don't converse with people. And, like, I was driving today, and I was driving down Main Street. Yeah, these YNs today is wild, though. You're right. I'm talking about a specific time. You're absolutely right. Like, these YNs today, they all have guns. So that's a very different situation. 1,000%. And I think it just depends also, like, what city you in. Like, DC YNs, like, they really be on some, like, I'm cutting your throat and taking your car. They have a nihilism. There you go, Yasmin. They have a nihilism that is not, like, you can't contest it. You can't manage it. Thank you because of faith. Hey, sick in the head. So, you know, that's different. They live in like in a war zone. But, you know, I'm talking like 20 years ago. So that was a different time. But I was driving down the street today, and these two sisters was on the corner, and they let out a cackle. They said, ah! And I rolled down the window. I said, I want to know what the joke is. And they started laughing. They started laughing. Oh, shout out to whoever just ordered. Shout out to you. Yeah, Detroit. Also in Detroit, depends on what side you on. Because if you're on the east side of Detroit, just keep it moving. Just keep it moving. You know? Yeah, just keep it moving. Felicia said, long, long ago in a galaxy far, far away. Exactly. Reese said, when you were living in LA, did you find it relatively easy to build the hubs of community akin to Street Smarts of New York? More or less the same or different approach? LA is not the same because you don't walk. You don't walk anywhere. So community doesn't build in the same way. Like, unless you live in like a walkable neighborhood, which is pretty rare, you end up really just in your car. So you don't have a lot of interaction with folks. And community building doesn't, it's like a different version of community building that is required. Thank you, Gem Drops. Like LA is more about community for industry, to be honest. You know? You're kind of building, it's really like networking. So I'm really glad to be out of LA. Thank you, Morel. Yeah, it's an industry complex. It's not really about, I mean, I say that as somebody who didn't have a kids, you know, so it's different if you have kids, I'm sure. But in New York, community was about like, you know, who you're going to be safe with and who you're going to go out with, like at night. And in LA, it's more, to me, it was more about like, who are you going to work with? Someone said Ohio is in the chat. Ohio's in the chat. Ohio got a lot going on. Ohio got a lot going on. Tomorrow on Views from Mandaland, we're going to be talking about the state of the states, because they got some bills going on all over this nation that are wild. Ohio got SB 11, I think it's called, where they want to end gender-affirming care, but a law, gender-affirming care for trans people, but lawyers at Yale Law School have filed an injunction because it goes against the 14th Amendment. Then you have Tennessee that just passed a bill in the Tennessee House that a physician can, or a pharmacist can refuse service and certain medical procedures based on their religion or their preference. So a pharmacist can refuse to give you your prescription for birth control if they see fit, if they feel like that goes against their religion. Yeah, that just passed in the Tennessee House. I can't say this enough. Tennessee is ground zero for what they want the United States to be. So if you are really trying to figure out where we're going, you need to dedicate yourself to looking at where Tennessee has been going for the past 2 years on an educational level, economically, the way that their House and Senate operate. It's all right there in front of you. And what's happening, and Texas is the other one. Thank you, Yasmin. Thank y'all for keeping me company. It's 8 o'clock. Because I got to get these done. I got to get these to the people. The people want their stuff. The people are like, Miss Shields, where are my things? Would I ever move out of the States? Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, Yasmin. Yeah, you know, because people think that America is the world, and it's not, as we're seeing by these other nations who are just like, yeah, not so much. Like, Canada really is like, no, we're really not messing with you. Like, we're really not messing with you. And for the record, I don't know if y'all know this, but Alaska, to my knowledge, Alaska used to belong to Russia. Can anyone confirm that? Because I have a theory that I'm working on. And to my knowledge, Alaska used to belong to Russia. And Okay. And then they sold it to the US. And I believe that either one of two things is going to happen. Right, because the Bering Strait is right there. Like, it's right. It's like, it don't take much to go, bloop. I believe one of two things is going to happen. I believe that either Donald Trump is going to sell Alaska back to Russia, or Russia is going to invade Alaska to try to annex Canada, or try to help America annex Canada. California going down the tubes, because California is no longer going to be blue. Not in a real way. Not in a real way, because Kamala is trying to run in California. And ultimately, you know, the Democrats in general aren't trying to be left or progressive at all. And everything has moved so far right that left of where things are now is really just right. Can who do that? Can Trump sell Alaska to Russia? Baby. I didn't say that it's going to happen. But they trying to make some things happen. They want a war to happen. America is a country that lives off of war. You know? That's why they're so staunch about Israel. Because Israel is how America money launders. Like, for real. They design the weapons. Then they send us the plans. Then America makes the weapons. It's ridiculous. And the world buys the weapons. You know, I don't like when people say, like, the tap is never going to get turned off or whatever, whatever. Like, nothing lasts forever. Nothing. Particularly humans. It's just going to be a matter of what turns that off. That's all it's going to... It's just going to be a matter of what turns it off. Because I'm going to tell you now, the fact that these Palestinians have managed to fend off Israel this long, that wasn't anticipated. That was not anticipated. Palestinians are a hardy people, bro. They not going for it. Where would I go if I left the States? I'm not going to say all of that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're waiting for black people to crash out. And, you know, I understand the sentiment of, I'm not putting my body on the line. I was going to go to a protest today, and my sixth sense just started ringing. And it was just like, do not go. And I was really annoyed because I wanted to go. But I don't ignore my intuition anymore. Like, I made a deal, you know, with God, that it's like, if you show me, I will be obedient. So I ended up not going. Hey, Laurel. Yeah, my gut is really like super duper solid. So ever since I've been listening to my gut, my life has completely changed. And and not listening to fear, listening to intuition. And it took work to find the difference between, you know, which is which. But just really like listening to when I don't feel sure about somebody or something, and like not applying doubt to that. You know, I'll examine it just to really understand what I understand, but I used to really like put myself in bad situations because I would doubt myself. I would doubt my worthiness. I would doubt my gentleness, and I would think, okay, well, you're just thinking of this because you're being negative, et cetera, et cetera. And it's like, well, no, you're not being negative. You know something. You know, for me, I believe that we are all made in God's image. Whatever God is, we are made in God's image, and we are all connected to each other by nature of that. So it's almost like I feel like I have, if you're tapped in, like you have the ability to see through everybody's eyes. And oh yeah, the pistol pin been sold out, Sabalava. We on this drop. I only drop 2 things a month. And I believe that I am able to see through everybody's eyes if I allow myself to think beyond myself. And so when my gut is talking to me, what I take it as is that I am seeing through somebody else's eyes who already knows. And because I am being gifted with the ability to see, I need to listen. That's what's up, Althea. Being super tapped in is a gift. And when you allow yourself to be it, because it takes faith. You know, and I know that word faith can be a little kind of yucky sometimes because it feels like organized religion, but really it's just the idea of seeing something without necessarily like having like corporal proof, right? And you gotta have, oh my goodness, you're the cutest puppy ever. Hello. Hi. Oh my gosh, what's up? Sometimes Jordy is just so cute, it like knocks me off my feet. Hi. 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 You're gonna let me do it now? Hi. 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 You're the cutest pupple. Did you know that? This is the cutest pupper, the cutest pupper in the world. You are the cutest pupper, the cutest pupper in the world. Scooby-Doo-Doo. That was like an 80s TV show theme song. This is the cutest pupper, the cutest pupper. Buenas noches, Miriam Rafael. As long as we got each other, Scooby-Doo, we got the world living right in our hands, baby, rain or shine, all the time. The luckiest dreamers, sharing the laughter and love. Growing pains. What's crazy is I don't know why that theme song be in my head all the time, because I never really watched Growing Pains like that. Because my joint was really Family Ties. What would we do, baby, without us? What would we do, baby, without us? And there ain't no nothing we can't love each other through. What would we do, baby, without us? Sha-la-la-la. You know, I actually don't know the Magic School Bus theme song. Remember, I'm 43. So we wasn't really watching Magic School Bus like that. What would we do, baby, without us? You know what I'm saying? What would we do? Yeah, cheers, Golden Girls. You know, those are the oldies but good. Those are the ones that we know, right? Like, those are the ones that are mainstream. Right? Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name. Doom, 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 doom. And they're always glad you came. You want to see where you can be. Your troubles are all the same. You want to go where everybody knows your name. Skala-fa-na-na-na. Making your way in the world today takes everything you got. Oh, yeah. When I was doing Smart, Funny, and Black, we would always do Living Single. Hey, single, in this kind of world, I'm glad I've got my girls. Keep your head up, what? Keep your head up, that's right. Whenever it's time to fight, you gotta stand with my homegirl, stand to my left. Am I right, true blue? We tight like glue. Give me a break, yeah. Give me a break, don't stop, no. Give me a break, yeah. Shout out to Nell Carter. Today is the day that all us cats must surely do our bit. We all must do our share. That was Nell Carter in Ain't Misbehaving. So Uncle Sam can hit. Save up all your pots and pans. Save up every little thing you can. Don't give it away, no. Get some cash for your trash. Save up all your old newspapers. Save them piled like a house scraper. Don't give it away, no. Get some cash for your trash. In between, we'll do some loving while and some turtle doving. Will you listen to me, honey? Get plenty of folding money. Save up all your iron and tin. But when you gonna turn it in? Don't give it away, no. Get some cash for your trash. Save up all your pots and pans, save everything you can. Don't give it away, no. Get some cash for your trash. Save up all your old newspapers, save my like a hot skyscraper. Don't give it away, no. Get some cash for your trash. In between, we'll do some loving, while and some turtle doving. Will you listen to me, honey? Get plenty of folding money. Save up all your iron and tin. But when you gonna turn it in? Don't give it away, no. Get some cash for your trash. I said now. Get some cash for your trash. Real bad now. Get some trash. Get some trash. Get some trash for your cash. Yeah. those Golden Girls. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for being a friend. Miriam, your husband be hating on me. Travel down the road and back again. My heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant. And if I threw a party, invited everyone you knew, you would see the biggest. Thank you for being a friend. He being corny. This is my Jordy, and I love him a lot. Where are the cats, Jordy? Oh, there they are. Hey guys, hi Hui. Hi Mama, how are you? Hi Hui. You're not happy today? You don't want to talk to me? I love you. Mando was here licking his hand, and I said, "Meow." He went. So Mando is the younger brother of our late Lando. He's named Mando because when he was first rescued as a kitten, he had a big old head like a Mandalorian helmet. So I named him Mando. Eventually, I will get another kitten. And that kitten's name, thank you, Allison. And that kitten's name will be Patrice Lumumba. Why am I opening this? The biggest. Thank you for being a friend. Patrice Lumumba. If you have not seen soundtrack to a coup d'etat, please make it your business. It's a tough watch just because it's very erratic, but it's necessary. I don't know. I couldn't have seen that in the theater. I would have missed so much of it. It's very Okay, what were you talking about now, Patrice? Reese? What would love to know your thought on the current status of Star Wars. The things I connected to the most in recent years were Rogue One and the current Andor series. So you like Andor? Maybe okay, I'll try and finish Andor again. I've tried Andor twice and I just never quite have been able to stick with it. I would say my favorites have been Mandalorian. I loved Rogue One. Which is why I get why Andor and Rogue One, why that would be connecting for you. Boba Fett had its moments. Boba Fett as an intergalactic bounty hunter is one of my favorite characters in Star Wars lore. So it was cool to just get more insight into the character. Pero I just watched, they have one that was like these kids on a ship. I forgot what, Stowaway? No. Stowaways? Skeleton Crew. I really enjoyed Skeleton Crew. It was one that I just watched on a random weekend. Like I just put it on because I was working. And I ended up really loving it. Thank you, Dreamcatcher. No, I don't have a bird. I used to have a bird. I had 2 birds. I had 2 parakeets. And then one of them choked on birdseed and died. And then I decided I was moving to LA, so I had to find someone to take the other one. And this woman was going through a divorce. Found her on Craigslist. She was going through a divorce. And she loved birds. And she said she felt like the bird would help her kids deal with the divorce. So she came and picked up the bird. Wonder how she's doing. Yeah, I was born in Daniel Freeman Hospital, in the late Daniel Freeman Hospital in Inglewood. What's up, Inglewood? Long Beach, Inglewood. I actually made quite a bit of headway tonight. So tomorrow, I can mail these. This room reminds you of college? Any questions? Because I got about I got 15 more of these, and then I'm signing off. I am packing bonus bundles that people ordered from my last month drop on Amanda Land Exports. And people liked the bonnet so much that I did a re-up. And I told folks that, you know, I wouldn't be able to ship them till March because I had to wait for the bonnets to come in. And so now that the bonnets have come in this weekend, I am preparing them to ship. Who would be a dream guest to have on Views from Mandalay right now? Ta-Nehisi Coates. Ta-Nehisi. You know, I just wish I had more time to promote the guests. Like, I wish I had more time to book the guests and then like make graphics and then promote them. And, you know, I just don't. So, you know, again, once I finish my book, maybe I'll have more time to do that. Maybe I'll be able to hire somebody to do that. We'll see. But I love when people say things like, get an intern. Like that's something easy to do. You know, like, I don't even have an ambassador of the week this week. I emailed folks and, you know, I just don't. I'm going to see if I can come up with somebody. Am I familiar with Roxane Gay's work? Mm-hmm. The most fun part of not being in the Hollywood world is similar to like being single. Like, it's just great to not be wondering if someone's going to call you. So like in the Hollywood world, like it's the opposite. You're always wondering like, how to get somebody to pay attention to you. Like that's all you're thinking about, which is terrible. So it's like that. Like not having your brain be preoccupied in that way is fabulous. New York is amazing for me because New York is just on a different wavelength than LA. And it's just more natural with how I exist. And I've always said that I was a misplaced New Yorker. I've always said that. I remember coming to New York when I was 12 and being like, this is where I'm supposed to be. Yeah, 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 This is okay. So this is what I mean. I just said that I don't have time to promote, right? And then y'all are like, get an intern, post on college boards. If I don't have time to promote, I don't have time to find an intern. Don't say my name. It's all love, Amanda. Don't do that. Don't put my name in the answer. Don't address me like that. We not familiar. Y'all know exactly what you're doing when you put people's name in a response. And don't do that with me. How are you coming up with your designs? I'm trying to make them align with like where we are. So like this one was something that this design was something I had done back in 2020 during the pandemic, and it just felt right to bring it back, you know? It feels like the right time, because I was feeling like a lot of the commentary I've been seeing is people feeling like they're just helpless, and I get it. And it's like, well, what are pieces of art and images that can, like, I'm the kind of person where like a pin or a shirt or like an image can like really like level set me. Like this tattoo says Braveheart. And so like I would literally, like when I needed courage, like I would literally rub this. And so, you know, it's kind of like that. It's like if you have like that pin on, and it can be like a security blanket of sorts in that way. And so I've just been trying to think of images that I'm talking about your creative process with me, art students. I don't understand that. So it's a reinforcer. Yeah, that's a good word, y'all. So, you know, I just try and think of like what are things that when I see them, they spark something very immediate for me, right? Like the cutlass for me culturally is about protection and about carving a path and about culture. So that's a strong image for me that I feel like resonates very clearly for people. I'm going to chill on the intern, because what I really think I'm going to end up doing is just finding somebody on Fiverr that I can like have on a regular basis, because it's not like a big job, but it's one that requires like somebody who already has skill. And at the end of the day, y'all gonna be mad when I say this, but I feel like when I work with younger people, because of the type of person I am and the work that I do, it just inevitably turns into an informality around their feelings, and I end up having to bear that in a way that's uncomfortable. So I would rather work with somebody in a very like arm's length way that is about just the job. They, you know, it's just about the job. Patricia asked, was blue the first color option for this pin? You know, yes, because blue is the color for serenity. So it was like the melding of two things. It's keeping yourself serenity and like peaceful while also knowing what you need. See, Luke, who said, if I wasn't from the Caribbean, I would take things personal from Amanda. However, her tone is consistent with my house. Un verano en Nueva York, Nueva York. Damn, I really accomplished this. I'm very proud of myself. This is what I wish people saw. I'm going to do a video. And put it on my page so people can really see, like, you're supporting a small business. It's just one person, and I don't just do one thing. So when you're like, I didn't receive my pin. I'd either like my pin or a refund. I just want you to know that you're talking to me. When you do that, you're talking to me directly. And we live in a country that really considers business as not personal. But this really is personally my business. So when you hit me and you say, I didn't receive my pin, I want a refund. It's really like, why aren't you just talking to me as a person and saying like, hey, just a heads up, I haven't received my pin. Because there's like so many ways, there's so many things that could have happened to your pin. Right? Like, I didn't send out these last week because my cat was dying. And I was really just focused on spending time with my cat. And someone asked for a refund because they didn't get their order. It's March 9th, it's March 10th, and people are asking, like, where's my order? Even though I said this will ship in March. This will ship in March. This will ship in March. So, you know, it's like, I just feel like there's no, it's like, when am I going to receive my stuff? And it's like, I don't know do you think you're not going to get it? Like, I understand the excitement, but I literally be on here. Yes, Tisha. Like, I literally be on here doing the packaging. So when people say things and it's just so like, you know, like that, just that whole, like, I need my pin or a refund. It's very, what's the word I'm looking for? There's a coldness to that. Ashley said rude. The word you're looking for is rude. I definitely have plans to ship internationally. Miriam, thank you. Miriam, thank you. I had to put an actual disclaimer on the site. I put a disclaimer up that says straight up. Thank you, Casey. Thank you, M. Renee. Yeah, like, you're talking to somebody who used to sell bags on MySpace, hand-painted bags on MySpace in order to pay rent. Oh, GS, you must not know, but I'm definitely good for that. If you come at me sideways, you can have your money back. It does say no refund, Savalava. It says no refunds very clearly. But sometimes you getting a refund just because I don't want you to have my stuff. You can have it. I don't want you to have my stuff. I don't want you to have the joy. Danielle, Danielle said she did a loud chuckle when that window popped up. It's that bloop. You know, you're saying that you understand. You're saying you understand that you're not getting this for 30 days, right? You get it. Okay. Just so we all on the same page? We all on the same page, right? Okay. Yep. And if you notice, it now says that literally everywhere. It says, I will not, all orders ship within 30 days, everywhere. Wherever there are words on the site, basically it say that. Wherever there are words on the site. So I had to put that pop up there so that there's no confusion. And I'm not even waiting until you get to the checkout to trick you. Nope. We gonna start from the jump. Don't even look through here. Don't even look through here. Because I also don't want all these unfinished carts. No, it's not fine print. It's loud, bold print. All caps with asterisks. Yes. Yes. Yay, we did it! Look at all of those. Yeah, good stuff. All right, y'all. I hope everybody has a better evening than I had in this morning. I felt like this morning I wasn't in the right state of mind this morning. But I'm coming with the right state of mind tomorrow. And we got Views from Amanda Land at 10 a.m. Tell a friend. That's where we're going to be at so they can come and join us for the goodness. And we can continue to speak the truth about what's going on out here. Any trending topics that I need to talk about tomorrow? Thank you, A. James. There's not insulin. Miriam, if you talk about your husband one more time, we get it, girl. You married. The speech given by France. Okay. No, the words aren't on the sword because they couldn't figure out how to do it in a way that wasn't going to look corny. Anarchist calisthenics? I haven't heard of that, but I'll look up for it. Well, we talked about Mahmoud yesterday. Not yesterday, today. Definitely saw Trump blogging the national parks. Have we learned, is there any more information about Mahmoud? Yep, the list of words. Thank you, Janine. A New York judge blocked his deportation. Nice. Can the words be printed on a strip of paper and then set in resin? Why would I set it in resin, though? You mean these words? Oh, the words on the sword. I'm sure that could happen, but that's a whole other process. Damn, X got hacked. I know Dwayne Wiggins passed. I gotta see if I have do I have Raphael Sadiq's new number? I don't know. I'll text him. Don't want you to know. I just met Dwayne Wiggins last year. Not last year, 2023. Dang, what is time? Okay, so France. Hold on. Why did I say that like that? France. Okay, so France speech. Tennessee is saying that undocumented kids can't go to school. And Tennessee is also saying that you can refuse care. Ibrahim Touré talking to the African Union about helping the Congo. Really? Really? What would make think that I would try to run a game on you just to show us my name is Dwayne? I'll be there for you and I. Conversion therapy band. They want to hear the challenge on reversing it. Oh my God. Nebraska going bankrupt. Yep. I saw Mark Cuban talking about Nebraska going bankrupt, but he wasn't talking about that. Al Green has articles of impeachment. That's just an exercise in futility, but I know why he's doing that. Speaking of Tennessee, what about Musk's supercomputer in Memphis? I don't think I knew about that. Someone just said, I've been a fan of yours since My Brother and Me. You still look yummy. I was 12 on My Brother and Me. That's creepy AF. That made me very uncomfortable. Miriam said your name. You understand? When somebody say your name, that's pointed. Oh, yes, that sound effect, Reese. It don't matter how old they were when they was watching the show. I was 12. Yes, me and Wear the Peace are going to collab. I've tried to collab with Wear the Peace, but then it just didn't really happen. But me and For Your Viewing Pleasure are going to collab. It really is just my fault because I just really don't be having time to set things up and actually like follow through. They did begin removing the BLM sign in DC. I don't want to hear that. You were 12 and thought I was cute, and now you not 12, and you talking about I'm still cute. I'm still yummy. I don't like that. Why y'all be arguing with me? I don't like it. Thank you, D. Williams. When you read my book, y'all gonna be like, we didn't know she was going through all that. Really, Bullet the Bunny. 5 states are thinking of 5 states removing taxes on groceries. That would be groundbreaking. Tennessee is one? Really? These aren't DMC glasses. These aren't Cazals. They're selling the bus from Montgomery? We don't pay sales tax on groceries? We pay sales tax on groceries. Really? Gem drops? Let me look at my sales receipt. Oh, I should do that. I'm going to take that meow from Lando from the last live. All right, y'all. Why you keeping me here? Why y'all keeping me here? I gotta go. I've got work to do. I gotta go. Why y'all keeping me here? I gotta go. So, like, y'all is definitely trying to keep me here. Like, I don't have somewhere to be. So, I'm gonna head out. And we'll be at Views from Amandaland tomorrow morning. Tell your friends, tell your cousins and them, okay? And I'm going to come up with a marketing plan for Views from Amandaland. You know what the marketing plan is for Views from Amandaland? Be smarter everywhere. That's really what the marketing plan is for Views from Amandaland. I have to just be smarter and be everywhere being smart. No big deal. No biggie. All right. Acting chops. All right, you all. You have a good night. Mwah.